Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to do a love reading on if you are in a relationship and how to make this relationship the highest good it could be, basically. So today we have the usual three groups, group 1, group 2, group 3. If you need a minute to choose, you can pause the video. Otherwise, we're going to jump right in. So this is for those of you who chose group 1. Okay, so card number 1 is the true you. So this is who you really are and how you feel about the other person or the relationship. So let's see here. You received the 6 of Vessels reunion. So I think that you're feeling a deep connection with this person that you're in a relationship with. Maybe you knew them in a past life or in this life, and you just, if you didn't know them before, you feel like you've always known them and like you've been reunited with another half of you. So I think you are very happy to be in this relationship. It's fulfilling for you. And this is the true them. And they received the great man. I feel like this means that they are definitely working on this relationship, and I think they're trying to really make this work out. Like, they don't want to lose you, so they're just really trying their hardest in this relationship. I think this may have been the hardest that they've ever tried in a relationship, which is good news for you. Let's see. So how they see you. You got the great woman. See, you guys, I think you really balance each other out. Like, once you found each other, I think you both feel this way of, it's like this reunion of, you just know each other and you felt like you've always known them, and they see you as like this really great open person who is also working on this relationship, and they know that you want to be in it with them. So how you see them in the relationship. The 5 of Vessels. Ecstasy. Plain and simple. You just love being around them. They just give you this overwhelming sense of happiness and wholeness. And I think you really enjoy each other's company, as you can tell by this card. Now, your relationship past, this could mean how it got started, its origins, original foundations. And you received the 2 of Arrows, Injustice. So this might look a little scary, but I think what I'm feeling is you, and from the vibe of this, that you just felt like, why hasn't this person been in my life this whole time? They could have been in my life this whole time, and I've missed all this time that I could have been spending with them. But you're happy to reunite with them, whether this be from a past life or in your current life. But you just felt this injustice, if you will, that you weren't spending all of your life with this person. And I think this is how your past relationship sort of began. But you were obviously happy to find them. And your relationship future. So this represents... Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped one. This is your relationship present. You receive 20, the Great Bear. I feel like it's moving forward, and I think this might have progressed kind of fast because you guys do feel this strong connection to each other. And I think that kind of scares the both of you because there's this preconceived notion out there about relationships that, they need a certain amount of time before you can move in with each other. You need a certain amount of time before you say I love you to each other. And there's this stigma that you can't have those feelings come on too fast. And I think you guys are kind of afraid, and like what other people might think, because your relationship evolved so fast. People are probably like, whoa, slow it down. You just met this person and you're talking about like moving in and that you love them. But don't let that discourage you at all, because everybody's different and love is love and you can't stop it. And it doesn't mean that your feelings are anything less than what they are. It doesn't mean that they're not real, or that you have to second guess and question your true feelings for this person and them for you. I think that's kind of like where you guys are at right now. You're kind of like afraid to move forward even though you do love each other. Now this is your relationship future, where it's headed on its current course. Sorry, I'm reading a little bit. I grabbed this, got notes down. So you have 12, the mirror. I think the way that the relationship is going right now, you're going to be sort of like unloading and unpacking and leaving things behind. Maybe that's like people or friends that for some reason don't agree with this relationship. This may not be for everyone. That's just what's coming to my mind right now. But there's gonna be a lot of like self-reflection and evaluation. I think it's because you guys do have this great connection, maybe this is pushing you to evaluate, well, I feel this way in my relationship and it makes me feel great. Excuse me. So why can't I feel this way in every other aspect of my life? So I think the love in this relationship is going to push you to evaluate all your other relationships with your friends, with your family, with your coworkers, your line of work. Excuse me. I think it's gonna be scary for a little bit because it's scared, or change is frightening. It can be, just because we're creatures of habit, but I think it will work out well. I mean, look at this spread. You guys make each other really happy. And so the last one is how to proceed. So this is the next step to take your relationship to the highest good of all. And you receive the Six of Bows, abundance. And I think this is just concentrating on that great love and fulfillment that you feel when you're with this person, and I believe that they feel like the same exact way about you. You guys both fulfill each other's love needs very well, and you're very compatible. And just recognize this abundance of love and always keep that with you, and don't forget it. Like if you get in a fight or whatnot, just go back to this love and use this love in all aspects of your life, and you will always be abundant. And I also pulled some love card, or some cards from my love deck, and we have 2 cards popped out. We have Retreat, it's time to disconnect from the world, and also Past life relationship, you have known each other before. And that might be what this, like I said earlier, what this reunion card is. You may have been lovers in a past life, or maybe just like really great friends or something like that. You have this connection like you've always known them. And Retreat, I think you guys gotta spend a little me time together, no matter what other people are saying. If it feels right to you, do it. Always listen to your intuition, and don't let other people sway your decisions if you know you feel a certain way. They don't control you and your decisions, and that's 100% only up to you. And only do things if they feel right to you. And that is the end of our reading for group 1. I hope that resonated with you. And if you, I'm actually running a little giveaway on my Instagram to win this oracle deck of sacred geometry activations. So I will put my handle down in the description below, and you can see how to enter that. And thank you for watching. Much love. So we're going to move on to group number 2. A sort of evaluation of your current relationship and how you can raise it to the greatest, the highest good of that your relationship can be. So this is, oops, sorry, confusing card. Okay, so this card, the Hangman, represents you and how you are how you feel in this relationship. So I think this relationship sort of maybe threw you for a loop. And this person might have be very different from you, and or have different ideas, and you're just sort of like carefully evaluating. You're trying to see things from their point of view, because that's just the type of person you are, and that's how you've always been. So you're trying to come from a point of understanding in this relationship, and being open to their views and thoughts and feelings. Now this represents the true them in context of this relationship, and it's the Nine of Swords. There's a little bit of not necessarily sorrow, but I feel like they just have this sadness within them. It might not even be because of you. I think they're a little bit on the insecure side, and they're kind of afraid, like afraid of losing you, afraid of this not working out, and all those fears are sort of getting in the way of them truly enjoying this relationship with you. And you're trying to be patient with them, and you're telling them, no, I love you, and you try to show them, but I think they might be maybe a little bit depressed, and they can't really get out of these feelings that they have, these insecurities, no matter how much love you show them. This might have to do with a past life of theirs or a past relationship of theirs. They're bringing this hurt or brought it into this relationship. So this is how they see you, the Queen of Wands. I think, like I said, they see you as this very kind, gentle, compassionate person, and they really love and appreciate that, but just their fears really get in the way of them truly recognizing that you love them. They know that you love them, but there's that little voice in their head saying, oh, she doesn't really love me. You know, those type of fears that some of us get every now and then. But like I said, I think this is from a past relationship that they brought here with you. And so this is how you see them. You see them as sort of struggling. You got the Seven of Swords. They're trying, and you can see that they're really trying. And like I said, because you're like this compassionate person, you're really working with them and trying to help them get through this this stage in their life. Maybe something happened, maybe with another family member or friend, or something that could have been a little bit devastating to your partner. And you're just taking the time, and you see that they're trying and they're working at it. But, you know, sometimes we slip up and drop some things. Okay, so your relationship past. This is how the foundation of your relationship. We've got the Page of Wands. I think there is this sense of almost wonder, like you liked each other, and you sort of wondered, I really like this person, but I'm wondering if it will work out. I'm wondering what it'll be like to be with them. Because you probably saw little hints of their insecurities, but you still really like them. And so you were trying to almost figure out in your mind how it'll work even before you decided to go into a relationship with them. But you kept an open mind because you're a very kind and compassionate individual. And so your relationship present is represented by the star. So you are very aware, and both of you are very aware of what you need to work on, and you already are, I believe so, because you're being patient with them, and you tell them, you know, this and this and this, and they're like, I know. But you know, everybody has their own things to work out, and you both know this, and I think you are working on this. And your future relationship with this person, how it's headed if you continue on this course. You got the Six of Swords. There's sort of like still that uncertainty. Like you're looking back on the relationship and sort of seeing like what you could have done better in order to help this person. I think you might be like a little bit empathic if like you have a real understanding of other people and you really try to see where they're coming from, and I think you're kind of trying to almost save this person, but you need to remember to also concentrate on yourself. And a relationship takes two, and if you really want this to work, you need to give yourself love as well, and you need to be receiving that love from the other person. And this insecurity might be wearing you down, and you might be thinking, did I sort of waste my time with this one? I think you'll just sort of be thinking back on the relationship in the future if it continues this way, and you sort of allow them to keep having all these feelings and just not really this person if they don't really get to the root of their problem and try to fix it on their own, because you can only do so much. And so this is how to proceed in order to take this relationship to the highest good of all. The Hermit. So like I was saying, I think you're going to have to go do some real thinking, deep thinking about this relationship and where you want it to go. And you're going to have to take your own needs and wants into consideration. Because in order for a relationship to fully work, both people have to sort of love themselves first, if that makes sense. You might have to do some evaluating and let this person know that they're going to have to help and really, really work at it. Or, I don't know, you might have to reevaluate, and you might even decide that this relationship is not really what you need at this time. So you're going to have to dig deep, do some thinking, meditating. And I pulled a card from my love deck, and you got Release Your Ex. The time has come to clear your energy. And I feel like this is more for your partner. They have this thing that they need to release, and or you might have to, this person might become your ex, and you're just gonna have to let it go, because you can't help everyone, and you can't help people who until they really want help themselves. So there's a lot of evaluating that you're gonna probably want to do, and you're probably already doing that currently. You just feel like you need some guidance and a push in the right direction, and this reading might be that for you. Now, I just wanted to let you guys know that I am doing a giveaway on my Instagram to win this Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle deck, and I will put my handle in the description box below if you are interested. And thank you for watching, and much love. So now we're going to move on to group 3 about your relationship, your current relationship, and how you can take it to the highest good that it can possibly be. And we're just sort of going to do some evaluating here. Yep. Okay, so let's get started. This card here represents how the true you in the relationship and how you sort of see it as a whole. So you got the Son of Wands. I think you're pretty confident in this relationship. You sort of like where it's going, and you're confident in yourself, so you're kind of confident in everything you do, and I think that transpires over into this relationship. But I think you can also be a little bit controlling, which, I mean, that's understandable. We all like to control our own lives, but just remember that we can't control everything and everyone around us, and when you feel that urge to control things, just take a deep breath in and out, and if you can't control it, just let it go. That's my little 2 cents there. So this is the true them and how they see themselves in this relationship, and they got the 5 of Pentacles. They're feeling a little broken, a little worn down. They might be dealing with their own things internally, and they might be looking at themselves and comparing themselves to you and saying like, oh, why can't I be this confident in everything that they do? And they just have their own worries, and they're just letting them sprinkle into the relationship. Everybody has those. Everybody has worries, but they have worries about this relationship. And how they see you is the 7 of Swords. So I think they think that because you're so confident, and they are not. I think they think you're maybe hiding something from them. And I think that's why they feel this way. They might just be like deck 2, like an insecure person, and they let these insecurities get in the way. But they think that you're sort of hiding something from them, or maybe not being faithful to them because you're such I forgot the word right now. Because you're such a confident person, there we go. And you have like a lot of friends, and they think like, oh, I see the way you are with this person. I don't know if they verbalize this, but they might think that there's something going on with you and some other person. And this is how you view the relationship. Okay, sorry. My camera cut out. So we were at... I think how you see them. So this is you. How you see them. I think I was saying that your views are very different. They see you as hiding something, and you see them as this, maybe they put on this facade, so you see them as this cup. They're full, they're happy, they're happy to be around you, and you're happy to be around them, and you're grateful for starting this relationship with them, because they fulfill a need in you that maybe another past relationship didn't. So it's very different how they see you, and those correspond to yourselves. See, these match you, how you see them, they, how they see you. Like I was saying, very black and white. So the relationship passed. This is how your relationship started. It started out strong. You felt this strong connection to them. They felt this strong connection to you. And you guys really fell for each other, I think, kind of fast. And yeah, it started off pretty strong, pretty hot and heavy, probably. You guys just felt this connection. And so this is your present relationship. There is a bit of two different sides, a sort of, and this might be, oh, it's probably because how this person feels about themselves and their own insecurities, and how you don't feel, I mean, you still have insecurities, but you're more of a confident person, and you don't really let those insecurities get in the way. And there's this sort of butting of heads, and you can't understand why this person is sort of maybe pulling away when you're giving them all this love, and it's because they have these insecurities and beliefs about the relationship that aren't true, and they're sort of making them up in their own head. So right now you're sort of at a crossroads, if you will, in the relationship. I think you've started to notice these things, even though you still have obviously hope and confidence in the relationship. You just see it as a little hiccup, and to them it's a much different picture than what you see. So it's a little bit it can go two ways. And this is your future relationship, which is, I don't know, I feel like this card almost doesn't fit. Or this is probably you, since you have a very strong, confident energy. I think you'll probably just say like, hey, what's up? Like, what's up with you? What's going on with you? And they'll sort of divulge all these insecurities that they've been having, but I think you will sort of give them some of your confidence and say, I understand where you're coming from, but none of that is true. And maybe get to the root of like, why, what do I do that you perceive would put me in this light, type of thing. I think you'll probably have conversations with them like that, and then they'll sort of almost go back to this, how you started off strong. And so you'll sort of probably start spending more time together, and then you'll have this relationship back to the way it was. But something that your partner has in their head right now is sort of only on them, topsy-turvy, and this might be only in their head and not expressed yet. But you can pick up on people's vibes if you just pay attention, and I'm pretty sure you've noticed that your relationship isn't how it was before. But I think you're probably going to work things out, and you're going to find that connection again, and they're going to sort of release all of these insecurities. And so the last card is how to proceed to take this relationship to the highest good that it can be. And you have the Ace of Swords. And I think this is just being persistent and true to yourself, and letting them know your feelings always about everything, and just being open and taking that action to open up a dialogue with them, so that you both feel like you can share your insecurities, wants, desires with each other with no problems. And I think it'll probably come a little bit easier for you than them, but I think you work with them well, like you sort of are rubbing off on them, on giving them a little bit of more of confidence. And I think that's how that's how I'm feeling that things are going. And I did pull some cards from my love deck, and 2 fell out from you. Not from you. That was a weird sentence. 2 fell out for you. And you got getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens, which is kind of exactly what I was just saying. And I think this can take your relationship to its all-time high. But there's also codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. And this might be their addiction to their worries and their insecurities, and they're letting those affect your current relationship. But if you just open up to each other, then you'll have a strong, happy relationship where you both feel confident and secure, which you already do, but they need a little work. And that was your reading for group number 3. I hope it resonated with you. And one more thing is, if you would like a oracle deck of your own, and I'm having a giveaway on my Instagram. My handle will be in the description below, and all the rules will be there. And it's to win this Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle deck. So you can check that out, and thank you for tuning in, and much love. Bye.